Hey Cricketers! I think the question that I get asked most of all is where can I sell my Cricut crafts? I'm going to talk to you guys about that today. This may come as a surprise to some of you, but I have actually never sold on Etsy. I know that when people start a handmade business, the first place that usually comes to mind is Etsy. Etsy is a great platform to sell on, and some people make a ton of money. But it's also very competitive, they take a lot of fees, and you have to deal with shipping your products. For these reasons, I decided that Etsy wasn't for me. The reason that I never started an Etsy store was because I was able to get more than enough sales selling locally. I found that there wasn't much competition in my local community, and when I started posting on Facebook, I was able to get tons of sales. I'm going to go over to Facebook and show you guys what types of groups that I post in to get my sales. Before we move over to Facebook, I'd love if you guys did me a quick favor and hit that like and subscribe button and turn on your notifications. YouTube is another small business of mine, and I would love to see it keep growing. I'm so excited because I recently hit 6,100 subscribers. Thank you to each and every one of you who have subscribed to my channel. Let's see if we can get this channel to hit 10,000 subscribers. I'm going to show you guys where to find the Facebook groups on my laptop, so if you're looking on your phone it might be a little bit different, but the first thing you want to do is go into groups. On the left hand side of your screen you'll see this button that says groups right here, so click that. And then you can search through the groups. So what I would search for is buy and sell groups in your community. So this is things like tag sales. So just type in the word tag sale, for example. And then click groups. And you can see this is all kinds of groups within my community where you can buy and sell things. And then you can add all these groups. You can see that I'm already a member of all these groups. That's why it says visit group and not join group. But if you scroll down, it will show you some new groups that you've never joined. So you just click here if you want to join it. Some of these groups have a ton of members too. So this one right here, it has 35,000, 16,000, 80,000. You can go into these tag sale groups and then post things for sale. So that was just searching by the keyword tag sale. You can also search for something like buy or sell. So let's just try typing sell. And you can see all of these preset searches come up. So there's buy sell group, sell it all, selling in all these towns. So you can click that. See all. And like there's all these buy sell groups. So try searching in groups for buy sell. You don't want to go into like a mom group and automatically just start posting and spamming the groups because they're not going to want you to do that. You have to look at the group's rules. A lot of groups don't like you posting things for sale. But if you're specifically looking for a buy, sell, or tag sell group in your community, then obviously it's okay to post things for sale. I would look for all the different towns within like a half hour, 45-minute radius of me, and I would post in all those groups. The next thing that you have to figure out is if you want to do local pickups or ship. And if you are going to do local pickups, you have to figure out where you're going to meet them, make sure it's not at your house, and make sure it's a safe public location. I made a video about the 10 biggest mistakes that new Cricut business owners make, and one of the topics that I discussed was having strangers not come to your home and meeting in a safe public location. One of my followers decided to share a story with me that absolutely terrified me and really opened my eyes. I'm going to read you this little story. She said, a friend's sister sold handcrafted items online. She let local folks collect. One day, a couple turned up and they robbed her blind. They showed up armed and pretty much cleaned her out. They obviously knew she had a Cricut because of what she sold. She actually had 4 and they took all of them. They took her sublimation printers, her vinyl, her tools, inks. They took all of her blanks, her Cricut pens, resin equipment, her tumbler turner. They literally stripped her craft space. While the woman shopped and stripped her craft space, the guy went around the house taking game consoles, TVs, games, computers, tablets, and laptops. They arrived with totes ready to pack her stuff into. The cheeky pair had backed their truck into her garage so no one saw them loading up. When they finished, they took her car too. Kicker was they took the spare keys to both their cars. Her husband was at work with his car. They didn't know this until This pair or someone else came back that night and took her husband's car too. When you advertise Cricut items, you're saying, I've got a Cricut. If people know what equipment is needed to make that item, they know that you have that equipment. They know it's not cheap. She says to this day that she is super thankful that her kids were at school and her friend arrived about 2 hours later of being tied up in her closet. Luckily, despite these two locking the house after them, her friends knew that she was not going out and could hear her phone ringing inside. She looked through her windows, especially of her craft room, because she knew that's where she would be. She saw it was tossed and called the cops. So don't let them have your address. So guys, make sure if you're meeting up with people that it's a public space. You could meet in a police station parking lot. You could meet in a public grocery store. Make sure there's cameras nearby. I have done tons and tons of local sales, and thankfully I have never had this kind of problem. I've never had anybody sketchy or anything like that. I always collected payment first too, so I knew that I wasn't going to get screwed. Well, I can't say always. There was many times that I got screwed first because I didn't collect payment, but I learned my lesson and now I always collect payment first. I got really lucky because there's a little shop in my town and it's like an indoor tag sale place. They go to storage units and they flip things that they sell there, and they also have some space in the store that they rent out to people. So, when they were opening up their new store, they were changing their name from indoor tag sale to a marketplace, and they wanted all new shirts made. So the owners of this company reached out to me and they asked me if I would make all new shirts for their business. And in exchange for making the shirts, they were going to give me 3 months of free rental space within their store. So that's actually how I started selling in a brick and mortar store near me. The reason that I loved selling in this little shop so much was because now I had a safe place to do local pickups. I got this big bookshelf where I would sell all kinds of things that I was making. And then on the bottom of the bookshelf, I had a bin where it said personalized pickups only. I would write down the customer's name and I would put paid in full on the tag. Then they could go to the store, pick it up, go to the register, and safely get their item. I never had a problem with anybody coming in and like stealing stuff that wasn't theirs because everything I made was personalized. You're not going to steal something with somebody else's name on it. So I would recommend checking out the things that are in your town, or maybe going to a store and just kind of talking to the owners and being like, hey, I have a local business. I do a lot of local pickups and I would love if I could rent some space in your store to have people come and pick up the things I make there. This would benefit you by bringing in a whole bunch of traffic to your store. People would be going there to pick up things from me, and maybe while they're there, they would like to pick up some stuff that you make. Maybe they wouldn't mind renting out a little chunk of retail space within their store. It would make them money. It would drive traffic to their store. If you can word it in a way like that, where it feels like, you know, you're going to bring them all this new traffic to their store. You have cute stuff. You can show them the kinds of things you make. Tell them you'll pay them a monthly fee, whatever it is. At the place I sell, it ranges between like $35 a month to over $100, $150 a month. It depends on the space that you're renting. The ones that are $150 a month in my store, they're, you know, really big spaces, probably 4 feet wide by 5-6 feet high. Another place that you can sell your Cricut crafts is on Facebook Marketplace. This is different than Facebook groups. So you go on Facebook Marketplace. It's also kind of like a tag sale thing, and you can post your items for sale there. Facebook is a little trickier though, because they really don't want small businesses posting all of their stuff on Marketplace. So you have to be careful how you word what you're selling. Facebook really doesn't like you using certain keywords in your post, so they don't want to see you use the word personalized. So what I did to get around this was I typed out the word personalized in all capital letters, but then for the O, I deleted it and I put a 0. So that way Facebook wouldn't pick up that I was writing the word personalized, and same with the word custom. If you write the word custom out, Facebook will probably flag your post and take it down. But if you write custom in all capital letters and delete the O and put a 0, then you can kind of get around it. Before you start posting in these groups, you should really make a Facebook business page. Think of this as your own business website right on Facebook that's totally free. So while we're back on Facebook, I want you to go back to that left-hand side of the screen and scroll down till you get to pages. Then click Create New Page. This is where you will come up with the name of your business, brand, or organization. Type in what kind of category it is. So maybe crafts, arts and crafts store, and then type a description. So maybe you sell glitter tumblers, shirts, wine glasses, whatever your business is about. Carries, custom creations. I'm just going to come up with something totally random. And then you can create page. Now my page has been created. You can add a profile picture. So here we go. And we're going to hit save. Then you can add a cover photo right here, upload photo. Then once you scroll down in your new page, you can go ahead and invite your friends. You can also share your page by going up to here and clicking share. When you go to post in all of these Facebook groups, those buy, sell, tag sale ones I was telling you about, I want you to link back to your business page in those posts. So we are going to go to a group. Let's search a tag sale one. And we are going to sell something. Item for sale. We'll add a photo. Say it's one of these flower pots. I'm going to write custom, but not with an O. See, I'm going to delete the O and put a 0. Custom made teacher flower pot gifts. Price is $20. Condition new. And then you write a little description. Beautiful. Beautiful, personalized flower pots for sale. Great gifts for teachers. Mother's Day, etc. Several colors available. Red, blue, green. So this is an example of a post that I would make. So I have a couple of pictures of the products, custom made teacher flower pot gifts. I changed the O to a 0, so hopefully Facebook won't see that I'm selling something custom. Price, condition is new, beautiful personalized flower pots for sale, great gifts for teachers, Mother's Day, etc. Several colors available, red, blue, green, flowers included, local pickup only. See more of what I make at. And this is where you want to link back to that page you made. You want to grow your page to have as many followers as possible. If you think all of these different groups on Facebook, they have 30,000, 40,000, 80,000, tons and tons of people in them. You want those people to move over to your group and fall in love with what you make. The more followers that you can get on your page, the more sales you'll get, the more money you can make. This is how I was able to grow my page to have thousands of followers, and I got tons of sales throughout my several years in business. I loved selling locally in my own community because I didn't have to compete with the thousands of other people on Etsy trying to sell the same thing. I had such great luck selling locally within my own community, and you can focus on places other than Facebook too. For example, every week me and my 2 kids would go to story time at our local library. Back when we would go to story time, my kids were really small, like 2 and 3 years old, And it's not uncommon for kids to carry stuffed animals around with them. So when we would go to story time, I would tell my kids to take their birth announcement elephants or their custom stuffed animals that I made with like glittery iron-on vinyl, and they would take them to story time. And then I'm surrounded by all these other parents with small children, babies. These are exactly the type of people that I'm looking for to sell my items to. So they would see this cute birth announcement elephant that I'm holding, and they would ask me about it. Like, oh, where do you get that? That's so cute. And I'd be like, well, I actually make them. Here's my business card. Check out my page. I'd love to make you one. Another place where I sold a lot of things was right at my daughter's school. During Christmas time, I would make cute little gifts for kids in the classroom, and I would slip my business card into the gift. So then the kids go home and they show their parents, oh, look at this cute little water bottle that I got, or this whisk set with candy in it. And oh, here's a business card from a mom in the class. So people would go online and join my groups. I just kept growing my business more and more. I'm not afraid to talk to people. You have to be social, especially if you're trying to sell locally. I would put on custom made shirts, make decals for the cars. There are so many people in this world. Don't let people stress you out and make you feel that the market's too oversaturated and you'll never make any money. You just have to be creative. Think about where you can sell things that other people aren't thinking of. I hope you guys found this video helpful and learned some new things. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel. I'm really sorry that I haven't been able to post more videos in the last few weeks. My kids were home for the summer and we're also in the middle of moving. I had to put almost everything I own into a storage unit to make my house clean enough for open houses. So I won't be making any tutorials until probably November because we close on the new house on October 21st. That's why I'm filming on my couch in my living room. Both of my kids are back in school though. My oldest started last week and my youngest started today. So that's why I'm right back at it, filming you guys some more new videos. I can't wait to post more soon. So make sure you turn on notifications so you get notified whenever I post something new. Thanks for watching.